Well, hello. How are you doing, folks? Welcome to Vula Conversations. My name is George. We begin another week. I trust you had a great weekend and taken the opportunity to connect with family, friends, and to learn something new. All right, okay. So today's topic, we are talking staying positive in a negative environment. Staying positive in a negative environment, and today's part one. All right. All right, listen, we are currently immersed in a very negative environment, right? Every day is the same. We're stuck at home, worrying about the future. Sure, there's progress in the sense that the lockdown, I believe we're going into level 3, and in most countries, some schools are opening. And for the football lovers, soccer is back on the 17th, I believe, English Premier League soccer. And so, yeah, things are moving. But yeah, the environment is still negative, right? Fear, doubt, and worry have enveloped the entire globe, right? And so I think things like sports and that coming back on stream can help to lighten the mood somewhat. Obviously, the economies of the world will take some time longer to get where we want to be. And that's what we're talking about today. So we are living in a VUCA world. I've used this term before, this acronym before, and a world of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. VUCA is an acronym first used way back in 1987. And then we thought the environment was complex and ambiguous. Well, it's much more now. It often relates to the way people view the conditions under which they make decisions, under which they plan for the future, under which they manage risks, make changes, and solve problems. You are having to run a business in an environment that's volatile, that's uncertain, that's complex, and that's ambiguous. And so your guidelines are not what existed years ago. You have to be creative around what you do now. So if you're a small and medium sized business, even large organizations, viewing the environment around you, this is the environment that shapes the way organizations, large and small, predict their issues. What are the issues affecting us? You've got to predict them in this environment. You're appreciating the consequence of actions or issues in this environment. Understand the interdependence, obviously, between many things. You have to formulate new realities amidst all these changes, and then obviously look at opportunities and other relevant things in the environment. It's not an easy task. And speaking to the smaller guy, the smaller business person today, it is a big challenge. So pre-COVID-19, according to a Euromonitor report, the global economy was relatively weak in the period leading up to towards the end of last year, when things went crazy. The environment was still marked by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. Then it was. As you remember, the US and China having their trade wars, the ongoing terror threat, there was Brexit, there was the issue around Hong Kong, and the growth focus for many economies had been revised downwards. So it wasn't a perfect environment. It was still a VUCA environment. But post COVID-19, the pandemic has literally poured petrol on burning fire, on a burning fire, It really has come and just, whoa, taken this to another level. And the report I'm talking about, the Euromonitor report, highlights the following. One, the global GDP will contract sharply in 2020. I don't think anyone expected anything different. It will contract in 2020. COVID-19 will severely impact both supply and demand sides of economies. And the demand side is affected by stockpiling, which we are seeing, social distancing, uncertainty about the future, household and business constraints. That will affect the demand side. The supply side is affected or is being affected by supply chain disruptions. We're experiencing that. Factory closures. You are at home now. And there's no beer out there in the market. Uncertainty over the length of the restrictions and stockpiling, obviously, by consumers. That's affecting the supply side. So we're not in a healthy place. And Euromonitor's baseline forecast for global real economic growth in 2020 ranges from minus 1.5% to minus 4%. This is the baseline forecast, right? And this is the lowest since World War II. And the worst case scenario I saw there was something like a minus 11% real economic growth. So not good, the picture. But the danger for us all, particularly the small and medium businesses, is the possibility of crumbling in the face of all these negatives. See, all these developments will lead to labor issues, cash flow problems, and a whole host of other problems, right? So whilst it is important as business people to understand your operating environment, care must be taken not to get drowned by the negatives. Don't be drowned by the negatives. Because when this happens, doubt and worry register on a conscious level, leading to fear on a subconscious level, which leads to a vibration we call anxiety. And that anxiety is suppressed, right? And it leads to depression. And as you know, depression is anger really turned inward. The depression will lead to dis-ease. Dis-ease. Disease causes the body to break down and move into a state better known as disintegration. Disintegration. So we really must take care as to how we relate with the ongoing developments. So the question is, so what attitude should one adopt in the current environment? I mean, the first and foremost for me is faith. Faith in your goals, faith in the reason why you started the business in the first place. Remember, we have said that faith and fear both demand that you believe in something you cannot see. It's your choice. Understand that we are in a season. We are in a winter season right now. Remember, we talked about the law of rhythm, which says there are good times and bad times. There will always be highs and lows in life. This is a law, and therefore everyone is affected, right? Highs and lows. And the law of rhythm embodies the truth that everything is moving to and fro, flowing in and out, swinging backward and forward. And as I said, there's a high and a low tide. You are not going to feel good all the time. Eh? No one does. But there will always be these highs and lows in life. And reason gives us the ability to choose our thoughts. You remember we talked about the higher mental faculties, and one of them is reason. And it gives us the ability to choose our thoughts. So even when you are on a downswing and things are really not good, you can still choose good thoughts, with your free will, and continue to move upward and forward, Even when you're in a downswing, even when things are looking really bad, you can choose good thoughts. Because thoughts that you hold dear are a choice, right? So your attitude is the composite of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It's a composite of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. It is not just your thoughts, nor is it just your feelings, but it is your thoughts and feelings when combined and expressed in action. Okay? Combined in action. So let's talk about the thoughts I think you should be adopting now. So when all this negative information comes to you on a conscious level, through your 5 senses, conscious level, your intellectual level, you have the ability to accept or reject any idea, whether you have originated it yourself or picked it up from somewhere. You have the ability to reject. If that information is not internalized, it will have no effect on your emotions or your physical body. News comes about COVID, news comes about other businesses failing, news comes about people getting sick. You don't internalize that, and they will have no effect on your emotions. However, if that information, the negative news, is internalized and impressed on the subconscious mind, it will determine the vibration or emotion that is being expressed, and that is your feeling. When you internalize that, it determines the feeling. You will therefore be expressing negative vibration or emotions, because you're taking in all this negative stuff into your subconscious mind. And what happens? You express it as negative. Now, your body, I want to understand that, your body then moves into action, because your thoughts have been internalized, have influenced the negative feeling, and your body now jumps into action. As you know, the body is the instrument of the mind, right? It is the medium through which the conscious and subconscious mind, working together, are able to express themselves. So whatever idea or information is impressed upon the subconscious mind, it must be expressed through the vibration of the molecules of your body. That's how the body moves into action. So you have picked up a negative. You have internalized it. Well, it must be expressed, and your body moves into action. That's how it works. So we said today, how do you stay positive in a negative environment? So I want you to remember that the process, that thoughts come from obviously the things that you're reading, the things that you're hearing. You can choose which ones to internalize. If you internalize the negative information, the negative news, the negative whatever, it then turns into feelings, into emotions inside of you. And these emotions are negative. Now you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling hopeless. And when that happens, this is expressed through the action of your body. And your body is now expressing these negative vibrations. And so you are in a negative state. And so the key there is to remember that your conscious mind can actually reject the negative. It can reject the negative. And consequently, when you have positive coming through, you will be able to stay positive. But we're going to pick this up tomorrow and really go through it so that you appreciate the importance of the thoughts which you carry. All right. This is George. I'm a certified life and business coach, certified Proctor Gallagher Institute consultant, working with Bob Proctor and Sandy Gallagher. I'm a speaker also and a facilitator at Vula Unlock Consulting. So as I always say to you guys, stay positive, because that is the right attitude. Check us out on YouTube, visit our website, and if you like this page, this video, share it with your friends, like it, and connect with us. We'll be sure glad to connect with you and share ideas. All right. So we talk again tomorrow. Take good care of yourselves now. And hey, be good now. Bye-bye.